How's our audio? Looking good. I like the green. What?
We are live.
We're live?
Yep, we are live.
What?
Welcome to Concerning Pipers, a podcast concerning all things pipes and tobacco. Tonight I'm your host, Ant-Man.
I'm Mike.
And I'm Jump.
I'd like to thank Dapper Gentlemen in Ringgold, Georgia for letting us hang out here at the local B&M and have this show. Tonight we have a special guest, a unique presenter with several themes, whether it's interviewing the presenters, ranting about current madness, or interviewing new presenters, and my personal favorite, the parsimonious pipe, where he takes an inexpensive pipe and takes a closer examination of that pipe.
I just put him on the screen.
Oh, awesome. And this is Ethan from Parsimonious Pipe. Give him a warm welcome.
All right.
Ethan.
Thank you, gents. Evening.
So, I have a huge question, but before I do that, I got ahead of myself. First, since you're our guest tonight, what are you smoking? And what are you smoking today?
Well, I am inside, but I have special permission from my wife
Ooh.
to smoke whatever I want. So I have got a bowl of Rustica fired up,
Ooh.
and I've got it in a pipe by Lee Lavat, a nice tall one. So, how about you guys?
That's my style right there. Bold tobacco and a stout pipe.
Fantastic.
Today I brought Samuel Gawith Full Virginia Flake. We all know how much you like your Virginia Flakes there, Ethan. He's more
Well,
of
if
a
they're,
he's more of a Kentucky
if
man.
they're two flake, I do.
Okay. I've actually never had it. Mike, have you ever had this one?
I have not. I have not had it.
Jump?
It's been a long time, but I'm almost positive I have.
Well, this is a 2010 tin. So it's got some age
Oh,
on it.
nice.
Yeah, so we're about to pop this right now, and then we'll get rolling.
While he's doing that, I'll show off my my K-Woody that E&A's dad worked out for me. It's a 1970s Regent number 13. Very nice pipe.
Jump, let's get a close-up of this this full Virginia flake that we just popped. Let's get a little look at that flake cut.
There you go.
Like, beautiful.
2010 full Virginia flake.
Mike, you want to show them your pipe that you got?
I do. So I brought with me my... Hi, everybody, by the way. I wasn't supposed to be here. I was supposed to be out of town with the crazy weather that's gone on in the northwestern part of Georgia. We had 75-degree weather yesterday, but then today we woke up with the snowpocalypse. So I'm here hanging out with these fine gentlemen. I brought with me my Savinelli Clark's favorite. It is one of my favorite first quote-unquote expensive pipes that I bought when I first started pipe smoking back in October. So,
Very nice.
yeah, that's a look at that. And,
Then I have my Wessex of Earl Algerian Briar. Ooh.
look at that
From
Prince
the
Bowl.
believe it's 1940s.
You know, I love a Prince, Anthony. I love, how, handsome they are. If you see, a Prince at a brick and mortar
Oh, yeah.
just sitting there, that squat tomato bowl.
Yes. I like the elegance, how petite it is.
Exactly. It's just so
It's like
so
a
handsome.
dress-up
Such a
pipe.
handsome pipe.
We'll get y'all some flakes out of that.
All right.
All right, Ethan. The big question.
Sir,
Can you please tell us maybe a brief history, Pipe by Lee, and what brought you so close to that pipe, and what makes you love it so much?
well, the brand itself, there isn't a ton of information out there about them. They appeared on the market somewhere in the mid-1940s, right near or just after the end of World War II. And they disappeared in the early 70s.
Oh, wow.
The latest evidence that I have of them is from about 1972. The They were made here in the U.S. It's a factory pipe. Although I have seen display cases for them to be sold in pipe shops or drugstores, I have never heard of anyone who's ever seen one in a store. They seem to have been mostly mail order. They were priced right in line with the high-end K-Woodies and Dunhills of the day.
Oh, okay.
They have phenomenal grain. They smoke just incredibly well. I got drawn into them largely because of that mystery. There isn't so much known about them, and that was intriguing to me.
You know, Ethan, I'm going to jump in and comment there. One thing that, and I'm Mike, by the way. Nice to meet you and have you on our show. You know, when I look at a pipe, when I'm at a brick and mortar or even online at one of those online retailers like Smoking Pipes, I always look for the bizarre, the weird looking stem or the weird looking bowl. Anything that can, while I'm smoking a pipe, will catch the eye of the public, you know.
Yeah, for me it was, I love the classic factory shapes that Lee and their two well-known sub-brands, Briarly and Gold Coast. I love the factory shapes, but the fact that there isn't a whole lot known about them outside of word of mouth, it's interesting to me. You know, I found one magazine article from 1947 and a catalog from about that same time, and that's all the printed documentation I've been able to find.
Wow. Well, that's very cool.
Yeah.
You know, that sounds like a collector's mindset. You know, you have a certain brand and you want to go for that brand. Right now, I think me and Mike, we just end up with pipes because we smoke so much and we just accumulate rather than collect. However, that's going to be a change for me. I'm a big fan of Italian pipes, and but I also like K-Woodies quite a bit. I have 2 of them, and I want to take a deeper look into K-Woodies. And I don't know if you ever heard of Briarworks. Well, that's where the pipe show is going to be.
Oh yeah.
And I'm really interested in moonshine pipes, and I mean they're in Tennessee, so they're right by us. So I want to check them out.
Yeah, I can't wait to hit that show next week.
Oh yeah, well I can't wait to finally meet you in person.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. So Ethan, we have your brand. What's your favorite thing to do while smoking your pipe?
I like to read. Watching YTPC videos takes up a lot of it, but I really enjoy reading, listening to music. Sometimes just sitting outside in the backyard and enjoying the sunset. Driving my convertible. Just lots of things that are a lot of fun to do with the pipe.
Yep. Yeah, I have a little one, so reading is not an option for me at the moment until she's sleeping. By the time she's sleeping, I'm out. So I'm more of a car smoker myself. My commute to work's about 25 minutes, so 25 minutes on the way to work and 25 minutes on the way home. That's my smoking, unless I could sneak away over to Dapper Gentleman where we're at right now and go away my home away from home, which is literally like 2 minutes away. It's pretty nice. But
Nice.
very convenient. All right. So speaking of smoking in the car, you did a segment very recently about smoking in a car, and I really liked it because I agree with a lot of what you said. So, say you're going on a trip. Say you're going a couple states away or whatever. You have your top down. You drive a convertible, correct?
Yeah.
What kind of convertible you got, Ethan?
I have a 2014 Mazda Miata, the hardtop convertible.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Very nice. Pretty good on gas mileage, I bet.
Yeah, it gets 28 to 30 no matter how hard I hammer it.
That's not bad at all. Eh? So, number one, what kind of pipe are you going to bring on the car ride?
Well, when I smoke with the top down, it's almost always going to be a corn cob. and it will be one that's unfinished. Just because when you're going down the road, you're getting some extra flame built up just from the breeze coming across the top of your bowl, and an unfinished cob just seems to stay cooler in the hand than any briar. I tried a number of different briars, small ones, large ones. They all just get super hot driving down the road. So yeah, it's going to be a corn cob.
Yep. For me, I don't have a convertible, unfortunately, and I kind of granny crack the car. So I just make sure that I have a briar that has plenty of cake, or like you said, a corn cob. I have two car pipes. One's a Derringer Poker from Messire Meerschaum, which I think has the finish on it, and yeah, it has got the finish on it.
Cool.
And then a basket pipe. But yeah, I really like that. I've never heard that the unfinished Messire Meerschaum smoke cooler. I'm gonna have to.
I don't know if the pipe itself smokes cooler, but it feels that way in your hand.
Okay.
Versus smooth finish. It may not. The bowl itself may be every bit as hot, but that rough surface seems to have so much more air there that it keeps your fingers cooler.
I've showed it off before, I think, last episode, but this is my car pipe that I've got with me here. It's a John Keller. I don't know, Ethan, I don't know if you're familiar with John Keller in Lakeland, Florida. He makes those custom cobs.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, we'll link his channel in our upload here. We'll send him his Instagram. But man, he makes some really cool custom corncob pipes. Jump, if you want to show that to him.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't mind, we're gonna get Jump to show you on the webcam here. That's it's a matching tamper that goes with it there. That's
beautiful.
Yeah, it's hands down my favorite pipe I own, I believe.
And see, I would bet that an unfinished bowl like that would have the same effect in terms of just being a little cooler.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
that's a good point. It's got such a thick wall. It's such a deep bowl. Yeah. It's a great long car ride. If I've got to be somewhere 30 minutes to an hour, it takes me about an hour to get through this bowl.
Yeah, typically when I'm looking for a car pipe, I want something with thick walls and kind of a narrow chamber. Not really. I wouldn't bring a 320 or anything wide open because you're just gonna get ash everywhere.
Just something like that. Just something.
Right. Yeah. Something kind of tall.
Yeah.
And Ethan, you've also mentioned wind caps. I believe they're wind caps, right?
I was going to say, speaking of getting ash everywhere, because I smoke with the top completely down. I buy those cheap little aluminum wind caps that you can put on, and because I'm smoking a cob, I don't worry about it scratching up the top or the inside of the bowl.
Right.
So I've got a bunch of those little aluminum with the little spring mechanism that holds it tight on the inside of the bowl, and it makes it harder to camp because you have to take it off. But boy, it keeps the ash inside where you want it.
Cool.
Jump, you want to? Cool. I've actually never owned a cap. Have you?
It's funny. I got that wooden treasury pipe from Etsy that I showed you. You know, that walnut pipe, and this was back when I first started. I didn't really know what I was doing. I saw this cool looking Hobbit-esque church warden pipe made out of walnut from a guy in the Ukraine. And it showed up and I got it. And it had a little aluminum wind cap on it and it was really cool looking. But I first smoked, it burned a hole right through the side of it because it was briar.
Right.
So, it's kind of the cardinal sin of pipe smoking is to... Ethan, I got a question. What do you think about cherry wood pipes? You ever
Are
owned a
you
cherry
talking-
wood pipe?
You talking about the shape or the material?
He's talking about the material.
I'm talking about the material of the bowl.
Never had a hardwood pipe, so can't comment on them. I need to get a couple of those Missouri Meerschaum hardwoods just so that I can have an opinion because, well, I like to have an opinion on everything,
Right.
and I like to share my opinion on everything. So I need to get an opinion, but I don't have one yet.
Okay.
So I heard something interesting on a podcast I was listening to the other day, and they were saying that most wood insulates heat. Well, all wood insulates heat, but briar being a root, it actually dissipates, providing a cooler smoke. And I thought that was interesting. I've owned an olive wood pipe before, and it did burn a little hot, a little steamy in the mouth.
That walnut pipe that I had burned a hole right
Yeah.
for like first maiden voyage. It just it sunk.
Jump, you've been around for a few years. Have you ever owned a pipe that's not briar?
Yeah, I've got several.
Okay.
They're fine. I think it depends on how they choose their wood, and it really depends on the maker. You know, who puts it together. They getting it from a good knot, or are they just grabbing some limb off the tree? You know, some maker out of there
Yep.
that's just trying something. But
Well, we all know in this room, you know, if you know, you know, you know type situations. So we've got some pipes on the way from a person who cannot be named at this time. That are, you know, cherry wood bowls, and we're interested to see how they smoke. So stay tuned to that. That's coming in, I think, 2 videos from now. I'm planning, so we'll see how they go. We'll let everybody know, you know. So
And if you're interested in knowing a lot more about the wood itself as a material, Jeffrey Alton Carter would be hit his channel up. He is a biologist, and he can tell you everything you need to know and more about briar and any kind of wood that could possibly be used for a pipe.
wow.
Oh, cool.
We have a guy here that comes in our shop nearly every day. His name is Roger Gates. He comes to our Bible study on Monday nights, and he has his doctorate. He's a professor at the University of Georgia, and he's our local dirt expert, we call him.
Yeah.
And he also is a great wealth of knowledge. I've never thought about asking him about that. We have talked about tobacco and about where the origin of that, because he always comes and smokes cigars. But yeah, we should have that conversation with him about the wood.
Yeah.
He might can give us some advice, at least about the wood itself.
You mentioned you like to read while smoking a pipe. What's your favorite book? Or who's your favorite author?
Well, not to be too cheesy, my favorite book is the Bible, and that's probably the one that I read the most often with the pipe. But outside of that, for the last few years, I've really gotten away from anything fiction. I just don't have the time for it, and so I've focused on people who write apologetics. C.S. Lewis, everybody's familiar with. One who people are less familiar with is Francis Schaeffer, and
Love him.
he was absolutely he was a prophet when it came to the culture wars, and so that's very largely what I read is things that are related to my Christian faith, and apologetics very specifically.
Did you ever read Addicted to Mediocrity?
That was the first Francis Schaeffer book I ever wrote, and I was sold on him.
Yeah.
Yes, as a church musician, that's a book that I recommend to every person that is ever on the platform with me.
Mm,
Yes.
Very cool.
great book.
if we're gonna go around and say my favorite book, mine's gonna be The Lord of the Rings. Everybody knows I'm a Tolkien nerd. I just love that book so much. So The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings, I love it all. So I think I've got every action figure from the movies.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got Shelob, I've got Gimli, I've got Legolas, Gollum, I've got Frodo, Sam, Merry, Pippin, got it all. You know, love it all.
The Georgia Piper said the Sav La Corda 616 is his car pipe.
Oh, okay.
What's up, Georgia Piper? Glad you're here.
Oh, yeah, welcome. This is what it's about, bringing all the people in the hobby,
Of course.
you know.
Man, it's so cool. I
connoisseurs
actually, yesterday, somebody messaged me on Instagram. It was like, hey, Mike, I watched y'all's last episode, and I went to my local brick and mortar and bought some bow-legged bear.
Oh.
Tried it.
Ethan, have you ever had that?
I have not.
I think you would like it. You're a burly guy. You like burly, correct?
Ethan, it's
Absolutely.
little fairies dancing on your tongue. I tell you, it's the best tobacco on the planet.
It's good. It's very good. It's my morning smoke lately, which is probably crazy for some people. It's quite stout. It's got everything but the kitchen sink. Perique, Burley, Latakia, Black Cavendish, Virginia.
And a beautiful brownie crumble cake.
Yeah, and it's produced by C&D, and to me it's just a really good Burley. It's not really Latakia heavy, but it is there. You definitely taste it. It's just a wonderful smoke.
But that Latakia it's like an afterthought. It's like
Yeah,
it's
and
a,
the Perique.
It's a nuance. The Perique, exactly. It's like gives it a little bit of pepper on the end.
Well, I think the Perique and the Burley, man, they just pair so nicely together.
That Burley is like smooth on the tongue. The Perique is enough to kickstart your day.
Yeah.
And then the Latakia is enough to like give you just a little bit of a relaxed feeling while you're smoking. I mean, it's got the whole package.
Yeah, it's very good. Very good stuff.
Bow-legged bear, Cornell and Deal. I love it.
Well, Andy does a great job with Burley's. Two of my favorites are Haunted Bookshop and Old Joe Krantz, and I love the Perique in both of those.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Jeremy Reeves knows what he's doing.
Oh, yeah. Haunted Bookshop is a great blend.
I've never had Haunted Bookshop. Everybody talks about Haunted Bookshop.
It's
I've
very
gotta get
good. Very good. I've actually never had Old Joe Krantz. If you believe that.
I've never had Pirate Cake.
Oh.
And I've heard that's like a Latakia bomb.
Yeah, if you like Latakia, that's... Yeah.
Oh, you know me. I love my Latakia. So. I love anything English. Well, I've got a question for you, Ethan.
All right.
So what started, like, what got you into pipe smoking, and how long have you been doing it for? And like, what does it mean to you while you're smoking a pipe?
Well, I originally tried pipe smoking like so many people did back in college. Back then, I was smoking those expensive cigars. What are they called? The wood tip Swisher Sweets.
Black and mild.
I went to college in Missouri, so I decided to try a Missouri Meerschaum, and I'm positive that the blend that I tried was Captain Black Cherry. And as you can imagine, not having a clue what I was doing, I burned the crap out of my mouth and decided that pipe smoking was not for me. But I have fond memories of one of my uncles who smoked a pipe, and when I was a kid, loved going over to his house because you'd walk in and you just had this. The whole house to me smelled like this soft aroma of vanilla. He smoked a Black Cavendish blend, and it was just it was fantastic. So a few years ago, and it's only been a few years, one of my son's friends was talking about smoking a pipe, and I just thought, you know what? I need to try that again. So he was kind of the spur that got me back into it. And once I tried it this time, of course, now YouTube exists, and so I went out and immediately, before I really got into smoking it, I went out and I looked up, anything I could find on how to smoke a pipe. I got lucky. I found Mutton Chop, and I mean, the guy. If you only had one channel that you could watch to learn how to smoke a pipe, he was it. Chris was just just a wealth of information for a beginner.
He's
And,
a legend, and I would love to pick his brain and have him come on our channel one day. I'm just so glad that his channel is there. Everybody check out Mutton Chop Piper on YouTube. Message him,
Yeah.
tell him Concerning Piper sent me. I would love to talk with him. He's such a swell guy, and
So that's what got me back into it, though. It was just it was some random comment from one of my son's friends, and I just decided I'd try it again.
okay. I mean, I love that it's. I love this about your uncle. You know, when you walk in and you smell the pipe, you smell his pipe tobacco. So every time that you light a pipe, it reminds you of family. And so pipe smoking is family to you. And that's just something that resonates with all of us who love this hobby and are trying to bring life to it every day. I love that.
I do. Bill, time I smoke a soft aromatic.
Okay.
That's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, so awesome. Jump, you got anything for Ethan you want to add? And
I think maybe I'll save my big question till we have him on the next time, and we it's 6:30. We'll move on, and
okay.
since we got quite a few other things that I'm sure Ethan will want to talk about.
Okay. Well,
Oh, got Concerning Media.
we're ready for Concerning Media. Jump, you go with what you got.
Oh yeah, doing shout outs now. Concerning Media is our next segment. We're going to do shout outs to different people that we want to do shout outs to. And I want to do a shout out to Doing It Wrong. He's got a YouTube channel. Go to Doing It Wrong's YouTube channel. Cool dude. He does everything wrong. No, I'm just kidding. He doesn't. He's a great, humble, super YouTube channel. Pipe smoking, and just a great channel to check out. I really like him and his content. So go check out Doing It Wrong.
Okay. All right, awesome. So everybody who's in here from my Instagram already knows. I reached Softy Bits, reached out to us, Gary at softybits.com, softypipebits.com, reached out to us and has decided to sponsor our channel, which is very awesome, very cool. We've got some cool stuff from him on the way. We're going to be doing some giveaways, doing, sponsoring his product. So a little bit about Softy Bits is they've actually give you these little Softy Bits that you put on the end of your stem.
Great for a car ride.
Great for car rides. Great for if you're kind of just reading a book and you're relaxing.
Clenching your pipe.
Makes it easier if you're a clincher like me. So the original Softy rubber pipe stem tobacco bit. They've been around for 90 years. Softy Bits have been the favorite for pipe smokers from all over the world. Softy rubber pipe bits protect your teeth and prevent tobacco pipe stem damage. Soft, durable, and comfortable, and made in the good old US of A. Right? It doesn't say Softy if it's not the real thing.
And Ethan's got one on his pipe. He's showing it right now to everybody. So
And I have one on mine. So you'll be hard pressed to find a pipe of mine that doesn't have a Softy bit on the end of it. So.
Oh yeah, and all my car pipes contain them.
let me just say, there are other tips that you can put on the end of your pipe, and I have purchased both, or I should say others, many. And Softy Bits, when you chew on them, which I do, they do not break like the others do.
They do it right.
My teeth will just go right through the ones that are not made here.
And
I have literally swallowed before the end of my rubber tip, and the Softy bit does not do that. It stays
Ain't a little rubber bit there.
so
a little fiber in the diet.
Yeah.
So, listen, I talked to Gary from Softy Bits last night, and it's a family business. They've been around since the 1920s. He got it from his dad, who got it from his dad. And, he talked a little bit about how it kind of fell off for a little bit because, pipe smoking in itself fell off there for a while. But he's noticed that the incline of pipe smoking going up, and it's kind of coming to get some life back to the hobby, which is just so great. We want to be able to do that too, give life to this wonderful hobby. So we're glad that they're trusting us with their brand, and we're glad they're here. Got another announcement. Quinn Magnolia Piper on Instagram is the intern blender at the Country Squire. He's just a great, swell dude. He made a blend called LaFleur's Bluff. It's a Virginia Perique. Just a really solid, smooth vapor. I love it. It's good stuff. I think it's still available on their site, so go to www.countrysquireonline.com. Get you some LaFleur's Bluff. Buy everything they have. Buy all their pipes. Buy all their tobacco. I stand by everything they do over there. I love the Country Squire.
Oh, yeah. Big fan.
Ant-Man wants to talk about where we're going to be next weekend, so let's talk about that.
So, yeah, before I get into that, I also want to do a channel shout-out to Edwin Piper. He's a great new presenter as well. Y'all check him out. Got to give it for the new guys. So, yeah, Muletown Pipe Show. It's going to be Saturday at Briarworks in Columbia, Tennessee, and we're all going to be there. So I'm very excited about that. I got some eyes already on some pipes. I already got in mind what I'm looking for. So
Gonna spend all our money.
Yep, all of it. Every Kentucky blend I can find, and every Lovat Bulldog I could find. So
we're gonna be happy with our satchels full of pipes and tobacco. It's like Christmas morning.
Speaking of Christmas morning.
Ethan, are you? Do you have a shout out?
There you go.
Did we lose him?
Are you there, Ethan?
I think we lost Ethan.
Uh-oh.
Let's see. I think it seems like I see you, but I don't hear you.
Somehow I magically got I got muted automatically.
I'm sorry about that.
Oh no.
So for anybody who could read my lips before, I was just gonna shout out. When we talked about Chris Mutton Shop, there really aren't any channels out there right now that are that instructional, but there is one channel out there that's that relaxing, and that would be 2 a.m. Pipe on the Patio.
Oh, yeah, Onion.
He's a relaxing guy out there, so if you need somebody to just sit back and smoke a pipe with, and he does not, unlike me, he does not get into politics, current events, any of that stuff. Onion is just Onion. So, yeah, give him a look.
Super guy. Isn't he from Nevada, is it? Arizona?
Oh, no, he was originally in San Diego, and a couple of years ago he moved to Roanoke, Virginia. So he's only a couple hours.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he's got a beautiful view. Every time I watch his videos, I'm like, is that his yard?
Yeah.
Yes. I've been there. It's gorgeous.
Wow.
Super cool.
He loves his 320s.
Yes, he does. And when we get to that segment of the show here, I'll be switching to a 320 that he gave me.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
All right.
All right. So I think we're ready for our all-time top 5 favorite blends of tobacco.
All right.
I think everybody knows my number one. It's going to be Bow-Legged Bear. I've said it time and time again. I'm going to go my second. It's going to be Anthony's Mirkwood.
Oh.
That he is blended. It's just good stuff. It's just got that nutmeg. It's so good. And I know the Country Squire Quinn did a Mirkwood.
Very good.
That unfortunately smoked way too quick, so we tried our best to mimic it.
Yeah.
So now we have it in bulk, and it's amazing. It's not quite the same as Quiz, but it's got Ant-Man, Killer Bribe, 626. It's got its own flair, its own pizzazz, and I love it. Number 3 for me is going to be Orlick Golden Sliced. Everybody loves a good bowl of Orlick. I think number 4 is going to be Presbyterian Mixture. It was actually my first English blend that I ever smoked. It just made me fall in love with English. It's got the whole package. It's just smooth, easy to keep lit. It's a ribbon cut, and it's great for beginners. And then my number 5. Who got number 5? I'm gonna say Chelsea Morning by GLP.
Oh, that's a good one. That's
Chelsea
a good
Morning.
one.
It's another English, another really good beginner. It's a ribbon cut. It's just smooth, easy, great in the morning with a cup of coffee. And that's it for me. Anthony, what you got?
Oh, well, my number 5 is actually going to be a gift that I'm about to give to Jump. He blessed me with this tin of Virginia Flake, and he's just a good friend. And, I saw this and I thought of him, and that's going to be Orlick Dark Strong Kentucky.
Oh,
Wow. Is my number 5 out of production.
Oh my.
Doesn't even exist anymore.
Well, yeah.
you're
So
looking at
Wow. I mean,
a 2-year-old.
That's one of my favorite. Actually, that blend got me into Kentucky blends. That blend in itself, though. And it's got a topping on it, but it works well perfectly with the Burleys. Really good blend. My number 4 is going to be Presbyterian as well. Love that. It's great English. 3 is probably going to be Orlick Golden Slice. I like to change things up. I mean, you got to have Orlick.
Got 10 tins on it in the cellar.
Number 2, that's a tough one for me. I was going to squeeze in an aromatic on that one. And that's going to go to the Country Squire, Rivendell. Oh, my God. That's a great aromatic. I mean,
It's hard to beat.
it really is. It's such a good blend. You can really taste the Virginias, and the Burley's got a nuttiness to it. I try to find where the topping is in that blend with the tobacco, and I can never make out which is which. That's how you know you got a good blender.
Exactly.
I mean, you can still taste the tobacco. It's a very good blend.
I-
And my number 1 of all time Desert Island blend is that's going to be Solani Aged Burley Flake. My all-time favorite.
I just smoked that last night, actually.
So good.
It's so good. That's in my top 10, but it's not in my top 5.
well, I'm gonna pass to Ethan. I'm gonna be anticlimactic. So.
Okay.
All right. Only downside with Rustica is that it does take a lot of relights if you smoke it wet. I do not like to dry it out because I love the flavor, but yeah, you're constantly lighting it. So, anybody who follows my channel will know that I don't have much sense of smell, so I smoke most wrong stuff. It can might tend to be monochromatic because I don't get the nuance of a complex blend most of the time. So, number 5, I would say something like Pirate Cake. I absolutely love it. It is a Latakia bomb, like 70-75%, and absolutely delicious stuff. The next 4 are the next 2 would be a little more difficult to really put in any particular order, but those would be probably Rustica and Mac Barron's HH Bold Kentucky. I love Kentucky blends. And then my top 2 are Gawith and Hogarth, and they are the Black Irish Twist and the Brown Irish Twist. Now, my own personal blend is probably my favorite, but y'all can't get that unless you make it yourselves. So,
It's the best kind.
Super.
I'm
Well-
very curious to hear yours.
Well, so I used to just be dead set on some blends, but I got COVID early on, and it changed my taste. And my taste buds still change every 6 weeks to 8 weeks. So my taste is ruined. However, my nose still works perfectly, which drives my kids crazy, by the way. And they're all grown, but I can still smell things from a mile away, and I can track a smell too. I can go straight to it. I can keep smelling, and I can go straight to it. I can uncover a peppermint if it's under your mattress.
Like Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but anyway, which creates a unique situation, but it means that when it comes to tobaccos for a pipe smoker, it means that I am always exploring again, and so I don't have a top 5 anymore. I'm almost like I'm starting over.
It's exciting in its own way.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I still
I
love.
envy that.
You know, I was always a Cavendish guy, and now I really love Balkans. I really love Orlick, the Golden Slice. I've always liked since the very beginning. But I also loved Old Dublin, and you know, it's just I like to experiment
is that
along the way.
Peterson?
Anyway, it is
Yeah.
Peterson, Old Dublin. Yeah.
and you know, so it's hard for me to say that I have a top 5 anymore because I'm rediscovering what's good. I'll tell you right now, my favorite at the moment is it really is Anthony's Appalachian Sunset
Sunrise.
Sunrise. Yeah, Sunrise.
That I've yet to try.
He made me a very large
Cake.
cake of that,
Must be
and
nice.
and when I first met him and gave it to me, and I'll tell you what, I smoked it every day until it was gone, and I'm still in love with that blend, and that between that and Orlick, the Golden Slices, those two I smoke almost every day. Everything else, and I smoke about 6 or 7 bowls a day, so
Wow.
at least. So
Sweet. All right, so we are moving on concerning deliveries. So, last episode we had Bo Parker, Heretics Pipe Club, on our channel. 2 episodes ago, we'll go rewind. He gave us our first little sample pack, and now he's giving us our second sample pack. Boy, is this going to be fun. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand you these, and I want you to kind of hold them up on the webcam.
gotcha.
That's
I'm turning
okay?
this way. Yeah.
All right. So, actually, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to read this letter. Like, I love the written word. You know, it's so personable, warms the heart. Right? Right here. All right. This is from Bo. Hey, boys. So his list of tobacco is what he's got in the package here. He's got his blends, which is Ron Swanson 2021, Autumn Breakfast 2021, Christmas Blend 2021. We've got, now, we'll just kind of read them in order here. He also says, Happy Smokes, Bo. So we're going to go, there's some Christmas 2021 there of his blend.
That's those are his blend. These are his blends here.
Yeah, these are his house blends from
He's
Heritage
got a
Pipe.
little stamp on that. That's cool. Let me
Yeah.
see that. That's so cool.
Yeah.
I love
That
that.
is the Autumn Breakfast.
You can see the
And there's
Nice
the
package.
Ron Swanson.
Cool.
I don't know what's significant about the Ron Swanson.
He's a
I mean, I know who Ron Swanson
okay.
is. I don't know how he's tied to the tobacco.
I believe he's a cigar smoker. So maybe it's
Maybe it's got
contains
some
cigar
cigar
leaf.
leaf in it?
Yeah.
So we got some Mac Baron
Wow.
Vanilla.
While they're not looking, I'm gonna take this right here. Hold with me.
Mac Baron Vanilla Cream Flake. Don't you go taking that, John. I'll share it with you. Some Kriegel Flake from 2021. Now, they actually won